I'm Chuck Brown, CEO of Infinity. One of the most popular genres of nonfiction books is leadership. I've read many over the years with varying impacts on my life and business. I thought I'd share 3 of the better ones with you today. But before I do that, I want to refer to a blog by my friend David Harper of the Advisory Alliance entitled "The Number One Reason Leadership Books Continue to Sell." He says that the number one reason they continue to sell is that they don't work. David suggests that instead of reading your next leadership book like a novel, focus on 2 or 3 things that you learned which, if you did them, would make a positive difference in your leadership. Then stop reading for a while and apply what you learned. So before we go on, please let that sink in. A leadership book isn't going to have magical effects on you or your business. It's a tool which, when applied correctly, can help you make incremental improvements. The first book I'd like to recommend to you is Good to Great by Jim Collins. The premise of the book is that too many people and organizations settle and take shortcuts to get to good and never do the hard work to move from good enough to great. Collins uses real-world examples of 28 companies over 30 years to give insight as to what it takes to be the leader that moves your company to great. It's a timeless book that applies to companies just starting out as well as those who find themselves in a slump. The second book is Traction by Gino Wickman. Rather than the long philosophical view of good to great, Traction defines a business operating system. Wickman lays out a framework of templates, meetings, and standards to ensure your business consistently moves forward. One of the most important things that Traction did for us was to help us define what our vision for Infinity was. We've always been a good company and tried to operate the right way. But that's a very loose definition and subject to interpretation. Traction helps you codify those visions and values and put them into words that are easily understood and communicated. Finally, we have The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team by Patrick Lencioni. If you've never read any of Lencioni's books, you're in for a treat. Many of them are written in story or parable format where he takes you on a journey in the lives of fictional characters. The 5 dysfunctions are absence of trust, fear of conflict, lack of commitment, avoidance of accountability, and inattention to results. Almost any business has to be able to function as a team. The lessons and techniques Lencioni takes you through will apply to you and your company, and in many cases to life outside of work. It can be challenging, though. When you're called to evaluate whether your team members will sacrifice their own interests for the good of the team, whether they know how to have healthy conflict, whether they truly trust each other, they may be uncomfortable moments. This is a great book to go through with your team, and it's an easy and enjoyable read. I hope this encourages you to pick up one of these books and start reading. And don't power read. Pick out a few things along the way to implement. And if you ever want to discuss leading a business or share a book recommendation, drop me a line. Technology is what we do, but it's not all we think about. My brother and I have been running a business and facing challenges for more than 20 years. We'd love to talk with you.